every day this week. Between today and Saturday, we are going to have these special Disability Pride celebration events starting at noon Alaska time. And they're going for a full hour from noon to 1. And each week we're going to feature a different interview with a live disability advocate. On Saturday, we have some performers. You can look at the schedule below. If you click on About on this Facebook feed, you can read more about who's coming up next in the next few days. So the interview will be followed by a question and answer period, and we're doing that today. So if you have questions for Micah Fialka-Feldman, please start writing them in the comments section below. We're going to take questions and he's going to answer them, as many as we can, after the interview with Corey today. We will be closing each day with a pre-recorded interview with Alaskan advocates sharing their personal stories. And we will hopefully get a YouTube link up pretty soon so you can see these stories via another format besides Facebook. And we're also hoping to have today's interview up on YouTube as well. Again, we'll send that information out or post it on this Facebook page, event page. And then finally, on Sunday, I just want to alert everybody to the fact that we're going to have Temple Grandin. She will be, it's a live interview with her, and she is an author, an animal behavior expert. She's an autism advocate. And she's going to be interviewed by Jenna Crafton and her father. And then we're going to have, there'll be some Q&A, question and answer period with her too. Also, Eric Hauk from Portugal the Man is going to be there on Sunday. That happens from 2 to 4 p.m. We have musicians, we have interviews. It's a longer day. It's a celebration on the exact day, the anniversary of the Americans for Disabilities Act. We're broadcasting statewide via Facebook. And again, we'll try to get a YouTube link up soon enough so that other people can watch. And without further discussion, I just want to introduce Corey Gilmore, who will be interviewing Micah Fialka-Feldman. Corey, you want to take it over?
Thank you, Terry, and thank you, Micah, for being with us today. I'm super excited to get to know you and to talk to you. First of all, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah. I am Micah Fialka-Feldman. I am from Michigan. I lived in Michigan my whole life. I went to school through elementary, high school, and middle school, and then I was fully included through school, and then I wanted to go to college. And you probably read some of that on my website and other things that you read. But I to go to college, and then we're trying to figure out a good college program, and then I went to a college in Michigan, Oakland University, and I was taking classes, and then I wanted to live in the college dorm, and then they said yes, and then they said no, and it took like a 2-year court case, but I won after 2 years, and I have been a advocate for people with disabilities, and I have gone around and speak at many conferences, and I moved to Syracuse, New York in 2012, and I do outreach for a college program on campus, and I teach two classes.
Wow, well, that's awesome, and I'll be asking you about those things because I want to know all about them, but I know that you didn't start your life as an advocate, so can you tell me a little bit about your disability if you have one, and
Mhm.
what that's kind of
Yeah.
like, and who encourages you in your life to be what you want to be.
Mhm. Yes. I like when I was younger in high school, I learned more things about my disability. I served on many boards and I went to many conferences with people with disabilities, and I met famous people with disabilities throughout my life that have taught me about how to be like proud of having a disability, and I went to a conference about how to learn more things about how to stand up for rights when you have a disability, and I have great role models, my like family, my friends, my circle of support, and many people that helped me and taught me how 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 like to be a good how how to be a good how like to be a good how to be a good how to be a good advocate.
That's awesome. So you have family and friends that support your advocacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's awesome. And so I know you were included all through elementary school and high school, and then you wanted to go to college, but
Mm,
first they said yes and then no. And can you tell me what you wanted to go? What did
sure.
you want to do in college? What
Yeah. Yeah. I like I was um I was taking classes at the college, and I wanted to live in the dome, and they said yes, and then they said no because I wasn't I like wasn't a I like wasn't a I like I wasn't a I wasn't like a I wasn't like a I was taking classes, but they were saying that I couldn't live in the dome, but I, after getting support from faculty and students, and talking to the board of trustees, I was able to live in the dome. I sued the school, and I like was able to live in the dome my final senior year.
Oh, so there were steps. So first you had to go to the board of trustees.
And like I first met with the vice president and tried to see if I could change her mind. And then she said no, and then I went to the college board of trustees. I thought I would change their name, but they kept on saying no.
So I think this is important because it shows that you went through many steps before you decided to go to court.
Yeah,
And I think that's important. Some people, when they advocate, they get so angry
yeah,
because they want all their rights and they want them now, and they forget to kind of calm down and do all the
I
steps.
tell you, yeah, uh-huh,
And so I think it's just important to show that you had, and you said you had friends that supported you as well through this whole
yes,
process.
yes, I did. I had many classmates and students that helped me. Yeah,
So you get along really well with people.
I do.
Yeah, yeah. You seem like you're really outgoing and a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So so what are classes like for you? Are there things that you have trouble with that?
I have peer tutors that help me in the class. Like I can't like read, but I have technology on my iPhone that when I saw your text message, I could listen to it, and I have peer tutors that help me in the class with like my homework.
Yep. So I have trouble seeing, so I have an iPhone too, and that's exactly how I read your message as well. So that's very cool. And I know I needed a lot of support through college, and so I know kind of what that's like.
Mhm.
And I never took my college to court. Can you tell me a little bit about what what that was kind of like for you? Because
Sure.
I know
Yeah.
you must have been scared. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I can tell you. I like it was like a federal. It was like a federal court. Yeah. I was questioned for 5 hours in a room during the case, and they asked me how would I leave during a fire drill, and how I would make friends. I probably made more friends than the college had, and how how I like would they were trying to find ways of how I would change my story of why I wanted to live in the dorm, and I just kept on telling them that like I wanted to have the full college experience, like kind of kind of like kind of like any other college student.
yeah, yeah, and there's no reason you should. There's no
Yeah,
reason you shouldn't. And so you were scared, and you said you were questioned for 5 hours.
yeah,
Did they at least give you a break and stuff to
yeah.
drink?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. They gave a break for lunch for 1 hour.
So that means for 4 straight hours, they asked you questions, and they were trying to get you to change your story. To
Yeah.
They were
Yeah, they're
trying to
trying to
like
see
trick
if I would
you.
change my way of saying
Yeah.
why I wanted to live in the dome, but I just kept on telling them why I wanted to live there.
Wow, I don't know if I can endure 4 hours of somebody questioning me like that. I remember growing up, and I remember them saying, "Well, why isn't Corey like any of the other kids we have in chairs?" And what they didn't understand was everybody's very different,
Mhm. Yeah.
and it was very hard to have those differences, because I wasn't gonna be the same as everybody else,
Yeah, no.
and I'm sure you had the same problem.
Mhm.
um, so, like, how long did you have to go to court for then?
It was for 2 years.
Two-
I like won the case in December of 2009.
Wow. So this all started for you first. You first went to talk to people and see if you could change their mind, and then you went to court and they questioned you for 4 hours, 4 hours
5 hours.
straight. Yeah, and with an hour off for lunch, and then 5 hours total. So then you had to wait 2 years to find out if you won.
It it like the case like took 2 years, but I found out in December of 2010.
Wow.
It started in 2008 and then it ended in 2010.
Yeah. So the only reason I wanted to
Mhm.
go over those
Oh
events
yeah,
was just to say that advocacy takes time
it
sometimes.
does.
You you don't
It
just
does.
change things overnight. They didn't You
What?
didn't wake up one day and they said, "Okay, you can go to college now." They had to take
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And they had marches and they held signs in the cafeteria for me too.
Oh, so your friends organized like a protest?
Yeah,
That's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how that
yeah,
felt?
yeah. We hosted like rallies and forums about why I wanted to live in the dorm, and many students came to them, and it was a great forum and protest.
Yeah. So and when you protested, you didn't like nobody burned anything down.
No, no,
Nobody had guns and
no.
bad. They just kept meeting with people and saying, "We want this to change from Micah."
Yeah,
That's really good. That's how protests are supposed to be. That's why I mentioned it.
yeah.
We have some people protesting the wrong way now, and
I understand that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I totally get. Yeah, it's better to have. I think it's better to have peaceful protests.
And also you must have felt so good. How many people joined your the protests?
Maybe like 20 to 30.
Wow. So you had they were so let me just see if I get this right. They were concerned about you making friends, and then you had 20 to 30 people
Okay.
in your protest standing up for you, saying Micah deserves to go to college and be in the dorm just like the rest of us.
Yeah, and I had like 1,000 people at a protest, and I had 1,000 people at a board of trustees meeting.
Wow. Wow. See, that's a really good example of when something is right and people can learn about it, they will help you.
Mhm.
They will help you. You don't have to do it alone. And it
Yes.
must have felt so good that you weren't by yourself thinking,
Yeah.
I have to do this all by myself. Because I know a lot of people feel that way
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yes.
And then so now you you teach a course at college. You
Yeah.
teach a class at college. What do you
Yeah, I
teach?
do. I teach 2 classes. One class on how to train teachers to work with students with disabilities, and then I teach a course on disability and how we talk about the ADA and how like far we have come.
Okay, so one is on disability history, like
Yeah.
how we got the ADA and stuff like that, and one is on how to teach people who experience disabilities. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome, and I would love to come and sit in on one of your classes sometime.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. We can. Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
We we can do that. I would love to do that. And then not only that, but then you were in a movie. Can you tell me
Yeah.
about Can you tell me about being in a movie or what that was like?
Sure. Yeah. I was in the movie. I was in the movie Intelligent Lives, and it's a movie about uh, it was about it, it was like about how like how like how like how IQ testing needs to change, and how I have a 40 IQ but I can do more things than the 40 IQ. And it talked about a relationship I had with a girlfriend, Megan, but her and I are not dating anymore. But her parents were like her guardian, and it was just getting kind of hard to date her. But there are other people out there. But it's about how people with disabilities can have high hopes and dreams, and not think about how there's a number with like with 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 like IQ and stuff.
Right. So IQ doesn't tell you everything.
No.
And that's important. I had a similar circumstance when I was little. They came to me and they said, "What?" They showed me an orange, and
Yeah.
they said, "What's this?" And I said, "A rubber ball." They said, "No, it's an orange." And I said, "No, orange is a color in my crayon box."
Yeah.
So I got a really low IQ on the test, and they said that I was, mentally slow
Yeah.
because they had asked questions that I had no way of knowing. Like,
Mhm.
and so when I was watching the movie, I really identified with that kind of problem and how people don't always see people who are different as being equal.
Yeah.
Is that something that you had to struggle with?
Like I tried to tell people that I try to tell people how the testing of the IQ doesn't teach anything. It's just a number, and I can do more things than than, than like the number shows.
It's true. Like, for instance, did you ever think you'd be talking to anyone in Alaska?
No, but
Because right now you're visiting New York and you're talking to people in Alaska. That's pretty cool.
it is.
Um, and so now you're a national speaker. Tell me how that came about. Because you went
Yeah,
from winning a court case to being a national speaker.
yeah. I talk about my story and I like have a PowerPoint that I think one of your coworkers heard me speak when I took a trip uh last year and then I go around and speak at many conferences across the country with a PowerPoint and I share what I have done in my life and how I like have opened many doors of elementary through college and now working at Syracuse.
Yeah,
And
I'd love to see. I'd love to hear you speak sometime and see the PowerPoint. So maybe when it's safe to fly, we can get you up here to Alaska and
sounds good.
you can do that because I know we're all super excited to have you so much so that it looks like there's been so many questions coming in from the chat. So we look and see what some people have for questions because I know that the more we talk, the more questions I have. So let's see if they've got some questions we can talk about.
My job is to read the questions, and I didn't introduce myself. My name is Terry Tibbett, and I'm the stage manager slash MC for today's Disability Pride. So let's go to the questions. So here is a question from an audience member who is watching live via Facebook. Micah, after college, what are your plans? Do you have any plans to make more movies?
Uh, what? Uh, I like right now I haven't like I graduate but I still work at Syracuse. I haven't like left college but I am looking for like I am trying to go out with people and date on other people but for like what I want to do after college. When I graduated from Syracuse, I was able to get a job from where I graduated. Like most people graduate and then find other jobs, I was able to have a job where I went to school. I was very fortunate to have a job where where I went to school.
Yeah, and that makes me think. You now work at the school where you graduated from
Yeah.
for college, and I wondered how you get along with the other teachers.
Oh yeah, we like get along very very like well. We have fun together. We joke together. We have like a great time of co co on co on teaching. They always say that I'm like they always say to our students that I'm the one that's famous be because I'm in a movie and I have a website and
I've seen your website; it's pretty impressive. And then not only that, but your sister wrote a book.
it was it was our family's book.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So Corey, we have about 15 questions from audience members. Do you mind if we take it over?
let's take some.
Yeah, let's just go to the audience for a little bit, just so we can get through some of these.
Yeah.
So Micah, the next question up here is, can you tell us more about circles of support and how that looks and works for you?
Sure. A circle of support started in third grade. It's a thing that in third grade I had friends that were younger and we would like had we would like hang out together, and then as I got older we had circle meetings like when I like moved to Syracuse. I told myself I had to set up a circle of support to get help from people, and I had I have a great circle of support in Syracuse, New York, that helped me with my like at work, and they help me find people that can help me with my housing, and we have meetings like once a month, and I come up with the agenda. We talk about how things are going with housing and food, and it's a great way to have people who need help or need like support to have people get like the support they need from circles and like from parents and families and friends.
That's awesome. We have something similar in Alaska, and it sounds like you were doing it before we ever thought of it. So that's great.
So the next question is, Micah, what is it like to be followed around by cameras while filming a documentary?
Like some of it was fun. Like it was fun being filmed, but then some of it was tiring after a long day of being filmed. I was like, I would be very polite to the camera people because that's you have to be nice and polite. But it was nice when it was done film. But it was cool to show them how what I did during the day and what I did for my work and how I like what I did in Syracuse to do for the film, and how to show people of what I did when like my work and what I do when I lived when I live in Syracuse.
Very good. Yeah, that sounds really, it does sound tiring to me to be on camera all day, because it just seems like a lot of work. So there's two questions that are sort of the same. I'll read both of them. What were the best parts of living in the dorms and being in college? And how was your social life living in the dorms? Do you enjoy it? And what's happening with dorm living now that the pandemic is happening? Are you back in the dorms?
No, like in my dorm, I wasn't in Syracuse, but I was in Michigan, and the part of living the dorm for my senior year of Oakland University in Michigan, I was cool. It was fun because I could go to more basketball games. I was able to go to more um, on more things on campus because I wasn't having to go home to my parents' house, and I was able to like do more things on like campus in Michigan, and during the dorm thing now for the health pandemic, like where I work, there are dorms that will will like be will will like be we like opening at Syracuse. Like we're hoping that it's healthy and safe. There are students coming back in a couple of weeks to like be in the dome. We are hoping that it goes well and it's and it's safe and healthy. We like we know it's like a issue that has been talked about throughout the whole summer, but we we're hoping that it keeps like it, we're hoping it keeps going well.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people are feeling that right now, hoping that things go well, continue, because a lot of us are safe and we want to stay safe. So,
Yeah.
um, and the next question is, did your actions result in others being able to live in the dorms who might have been denied?
Yeah, no, yeah. After I won my lawsuit, there were many people in the domes across the country. Like at Syracuse now, we started with one student. Now there's like 7 students in the dome come like this fall, and because I won my lawsuit in 2010, there are like several people in domes across the country.
Okay, very good. That's good news.
Yeah.
So the next question, are you good? Can I keep going with these questions? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the next one is, what is your favorite part about teaching? Can you tell us more about the classes you're teaching now?
Yeah, I think the favorite part is someone with a disability, because there's not too many students with disabilities that are teaching on a college campus, and having a chance for people with disabilities to teach on a college campus, it's very like cool to have someone with a disability teach other students that are going to become teachers and say, oh, this person with a disability taught me and I learned like like I like and we have students that give us feedback, and they say that I'm like one of the best. I was one of the best TAs that uh, they like have ever had, because I like come into class with a smile on my face, and I talk to them, and and I and they just love having a great like a great TA that comes to work with on with a just great like way of thinking, and
Positive attitude, it sounds like.
yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we all love that. Thank you. Okay, next, let's see. You have already accomplished so much. What is next?
I think next is just making sure that people with disabilities and many people with disabilities are able to work and choose where they want to work and where they want to live, and how they if they want to date and if they want to get married, and be able to like this I'll keep I will keep I I will keep going around speaking and making sure that people have a voice, and making sure that people can stand up for their rights when people need their rights, and how people can get help with the people that they need, like how like someone with disability, if if they need help to vote, to make sure that they are able to go go and vote.
You're helping people with voting now too.
Yeah.
Good, awesome. Well, we have 3 more questions, it looks like. We're going to have a little more time, so Corey, you might have other questions you've thought of, but let me get through these last 3 from the audience. Micah, are you in touch with the other stars of the movie Intelligent Lives? And did you ever get to work directly with them?
Yeah. We over the summer we had a had a Zoom video showing of the movie, and they all came on the movie, and it was great. We are talking to them and on Zoom, and then when the movie came out, we had a big showing, and they were all there, and it was fun meeting them. It was fun getting a chance to meet other people that were in the film.
Perfect. Great. Okay, and then would you be interested in teaching a class over Zoom for direct support professionals here in Alaska? Or maybe come visit us in person one day?
Sure, yeah, I have a great, yeah, I would be happy to teach a class and teach people about how I hire my staff. I have a great broker that helps me with things in Syracuse, and I could talk to staff about how to do that. Yes.
All right, I'm going to write myself a note to get back with you.
Yeah, we got to follow up on that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, good. Okay, and I see there's 2 more questions now. Our organization is looking for best practices for inclusive parks and playgrounds to help people get outside and enjoy nature. Do you have any favorite parks, and are there any park features you would like to see more of?
Maybe just making sure that the parks are accessible, and when they build parks, to make sure that someone is on the planning committee with if someone has a wheelchair, or if someone wants to make sure that if you have a disability, to make sure they have someone on the planning group to make sure that the park is accessible.
That makes sense. Good call. Okay, and well, now with the questions are popping in. Maybe let me ask this last one, and Corey, there are some more if you don't have any more, but I want to definitely give you a chance to jump back in again. But do you mind speaking about your dating situation?
Oh, sure.
Are you seeing anyone special right now is the question.
I'm not seeing anyone special right now, but I am looking on dating websites, and hopefully in the future I will find someone to date, and I'm hoping that it will come. I do have a lot of friends that I am very social, and I do have a lot of friends that I talk to and text, but there's someone out there, people say sometimes there is a thing that sometimes people have said, if you're not looking, somebody will come up when it could happen.
Yep, I've heard that too. So there is one more. Corey, do you want me to ask it, or do you want to ask one?
So you mentioned that you are looking. When you look for a woman to date, what kinds of things do you look for?
Someone that is friendly, outgoing, that wants to hike, that wants to be out in nature, that wants to watch funny shows, wants to go to movies and go to restaurants and want to just have a good life together with hiking and nature and traveling.
Yeah, because you do a lot of traveling, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's one last question, Corey. Are we good if we take, well, we have 3 minutes left. How about, let's see if we have time after this last one.
Yeah, go ahead and do the question, and then I will.
You can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last question we're going to take from the audience, Micah. You tell us how your parents and sister have been advocates for you. Can you talk more about the family book?
Yeah, it's a family book of a family's life together, and there's a chapter that I wrote about Syracuse and my sister, and it's about our family's journey throughout school and family journey of how our family has worked to make sure that me and many other people with a disability are included, and it's a great family story of our family journey of how some days were hard, but of how how to get through, and how our family how it's good to have good family and good people to get help from.
Yeah. That's awesome. Now I'm gonna go read the book. You know, because after talking to you, I feel like we have a thing in Alaska. We have a law that says I can do what I want with the help that I need.
Mm-hmm.
And it means that people can live the life they want to with staff, family, and friends to support them. And I think you're a really good example of that. And I look forward to meeting you in person and hearing you speak and showing you around Alaska. So,
sounds great.
Yeah. So keep in touch, and thank you for coming today. Thank you for being
No, you're
here.
welcome. I'm very happy, and feel free to send me the link, and then I can post it on my Facebook wall, and I hope I hope the rest of the week goes well, and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, there we go. Thanks again, Micah, and thank you, Corey, for calling. And I want to just let everybody know that coming up next, we're going straight to 1 o'clock. We have next a video of an interview with an Alaskan advocate. Her name is Sabrina Richmond. So we're going to show that video in a second. But first, I want to make sure I'm thanking everybody who participated in this effort to make this Alaska Virtual Disability Pride Day happen. So not only the guest speakers, but we also want to make sure we are thanking Garrett, Dominic, Travis, Noah, Jenna and Tom Crafton, Sydney Krebsba, Heidi Lee Williams, Anna Piper, Anna Smith, Karen Brunello, Cynthia Hensley, Eric Gurley, Lanny Momsen, Nikki Marcano, Wendy Cloyd, Katie Wheeler, Rick Nelson, Maggie Winston, Lacey Oden, Holly Yancey, Lacey Rodriguez, Rachel Robinson, Kim Champney, Sabrina Richmond, and me, Terry Tibbett, your MC for the day. And we'll see you all tomorrow after the video that shows them. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks, everybody.
Sabrina Richmond, I grew up in Petersburg, Alaska. kid, 25 years ago, went to college, started a year of college classes. My aunt helped me with the homework. The thing about math, live in the house with my dog and cat and my roommate. Having business, I make art pieces. I sell them. Wildflowers and books and a few animal pieces, but mostly flowers, pink roses. Volunteer when school is in, and a classroom helping with words and puppet shows. This building is cerebral palsy. Positive way. I can reach out and talk to other people out there. This building is really a positive person. I grew up. My mom pushed me to be my best person could be. With doing more and I would help my mom with my little sister. Come in, my friend. Come in. We did this East ourselves. She was a counselor there. I looked up to her. Camp I went to, She was upbeat. She was positive. I, to this day, I still write her. I don't tell you in Alaska, North. People getting together and being proud of their disability. Be positive. When things will work out. But go the right side of things. Because might have been my dream. Cat and dog and good memory. For me, love me, was the best for me. That's a good, dang, you got a good question. Trying to stay positive. Had a magic word I would wish for. Happiness for everybody. Yeah, my smile.